Welcome to the program Salon Talk on TDN Africa Media. Thank you for joining me wherever you watch me from. I'm Diana Coca.
All right, I'm at Theophilus Gbenda, and thank God it's Friday.
For news and entertainment, TDN gets the latest. TDN.
All right, a brand new edition. Everyone for say we're happy that you are there to listen to us or to view us even. But don't forget to be part of it by liking, subscribing, and sharing, and be an ambassador or one of the fans, okay? So like always, we will look at the newspaper headlines, but we will also look at specific issues of national interest we will discuss so that when I say we know exactly what is happening in the country. For the first time, a presidential appointee faced public, scrutiny over what they call gifts. And we are talking here about Patrick Jaya Kaikai, where until recently he been the chief immigration officer, CIO, but now they don't shift him to another unit when for handle drugs in the country. We will get more details about that, okay? Then APC elected mayors, chairpersons, and councillors. They don't finally take the oath of office. We will see how that goes. Tomorrow, the 28th of October, 2023, village headman election will take place across 88 village communities. Then, of course, we get an event tomorrow. When I say we, the media adventurers stage a hiking tomorrow, Saturday. When I say hike, now a sports terminology where most of them are for go on serious adventures. And this time around, the organizers of these media adventurers, they take journalists them and other people that were not even journalists them to Mount Sugarloaf. So it's a very high mountain. Take people there, just that's hiking. A hectic exercise to which journalists and fans of radio, newspapers, television, or wherever it be, for just go be part of it. We will go into the details on that. But it happened tomorrow. Sierra Leone ambassador to Senegal doing an official engagement with in counterparts there in the Sahel region he called them for emulate the recent dialogue between the government and the opposition for maintain peace in the regions. So for me, I feel to say this is a complete misrepresentation because the peace dialogue is nothing where anybody for celebrates, because looking at the reason will lead to that dialogue itself and the outcome is nothing somebody in the right senses, for sit down and say other states therefore emulate that kind of example. It's a bad example in my view. I don't know. The thing would be my colleague, because here, we always come from an objective point of view, but of course we get right for give your own opinion on certain things. Then, as far as I'm concerned, this is nothing where the ambassador for the raise for say it can be an example for other states there for emulate. Maybe he forgot what led to the dialogue in the first place. Okay, the government of Sierra Leone don't provide nutrition assistance to the Ministry of Health, worth over $90,000, and this in response to the high rate of malnutrition in the country. And I will say it is happening for the very, very first time. Also, you see, government they put together funds for bringing in nutritious materials from the supplied to hospitals and that kind of thing. All the time they rely on donor intervention in that kind of areas there. So for the first time, the government of Sierra Leone don't put up this kind of venture, and I think it's laudable. And in fact, for 2024, they are going to up the budget to $600,000 for just take care of issues related to malnutrition. And we now food and nutrition campaigners, and so hearing this, I feel very elated, very pleased. VP Julia Jallo say plenty of people that they lose confidence in politicians then due to unfulfilled promises. It is coming from the Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, and of course we all know that under the terms of the new direction and the power, so many promises were made. Out of those promises, according to the Institute of Governance Reform, 35.5% were met. So which means Julia Jallo is saying it, and is also, part of it all. Okay, well, two more things there. The dollar, over the last 3 days, we see a fluctuation in the dollar prices. We'll see the details. Then, today, the 27th of October, the much-awaited basic education certificate examination results will be announced. And I am quoting here the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Conrad Saki. So if the results are not announced today, they will know that we have somebody to ask. So okay, so these are the headlines of the issues that we're going to deal with today. And so now we'll go to the front pages of the newspapers. And for that, we'll turn over the mic to Madam Diana Coker.
Okay. On the Open Space newspaper, 6 Sierra Leonean girls rescued from prostitution in Dakar. To prioritize development priorities, government approves rail and port agreement with Kingu. And implicit trust in NACIT pension scheme. Also, you have Sierra Leone to attract bigger flights, civil aviation chief says. From the Open Space, we move to the Calabash, and on the front page you get BO promises bipartisan accord to diffuse election-related tensions. NCRA, SLRSA collaborate to enhance identity verification integrity. And Carl concludes validation session for amendments of Correctional Service Act. From the Calabash, we will take the voice of SALONE, and on the fourth page is a Jagaban pledges support for APC's future success. APC MPs to participate in Parliament next week. Solco Limited Company deceives governments. And also you get Balu Dukwe, Duke's business partner, and she's presently on the wall. That's on the front page of the Voice of SALONE. The Premier News gets on the front page, 2 dead after rock crashed down on building. Police recruits on remand on lawful possession, 43 wraps of cannabis. And China plays crucial role in Sierra Leone's agriculture food security, is according to a senior official. Government approves rail and port agreement with Kingu Railway and ports, prioritize national interests. The Independent Observer, destroying Lower Bambara, why Sierra diamond mining? That's the question. And Mercury International makes over 14 billion euros football betting payouts. The Concord Times gets BO's love for country manifested in rail and port agreements. Peaceful dialogue, UN resident coordinator comments government and the APC. And SLETI launches 2020-2021 reports. Handicap International's Touch and Minds project impacts beneficiaries. Public Review newspaper, Legal Link punches APC SLPP dialogue. Grey Bush disaster, 2 perished. And also on the Public Review, you get AIDS campaigners want equity court to hold stigma and discrimination. Okay, we now move on to the next set of papers then from the Public Review. We go now to the we don't this
Congo
one,
Times?
yes,
Congo Times, okay.
we've gone to
Well
the
done.
Congo Times.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's the
Yeah.
headlines on some of the local tabloids. Continue to stay connected as we continue the rest of the program.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you so much to Madam Diana for reading those headline stories on the front pages of the newspapers we have in front of us. Well, the key thing will come up now that the long media fights between Arise, IIP, and Kinho, when are also Leon Rock Mining Company. We'll be talking last week, Friday, we say cabinet they meet and they're going to take a decision on the matter. And the cabinet decision is that the agreement with for the agreement for the control of the rail and ports, they forgo to Kinho, what they call Leon Rock Mining Company. So the question is, where does this leave Arise IIP with all the plans of coming in with 7 trail cars and restart again the train service? We don't go away for over 80 years, and then the industrial zone, we're already under construction. They don't already employ a good lot of Sierra Leoneans, all with the hope that they will be in control of the rail and ports deal. So that this is a very serious setback and a very major victory for Leon Rock Mining Company, because we all see how intense the media battle was. Journalists, coming from this direction or from this other direction, and civil society people also playing their own part in it. And at the end of the day, cabinet don't decide, say, well, the control of the ports, of the rail and ports, will go to Leon Rock Mining Company, also known as Kinho, a Chinese company. Diana?
I think for me, I go blame with government a little bit in this whole thing, because Arise is a new company where they come for coming business with you. And government not from ever forget that they go ahead for them do what they don't already do, to the extent that they bring the train or whatever for come inside the country without having the green light, having the assurance that they will be in total control of the area.
Okay.
So I think next time they need to make sure that they do the right things then, because they tell well at all for a country like Sierra Leone. It's bad business for Arise now. After wasting so many resources, they don't invest. They don't invest some amount of money. Then everybody know that.
Okay.
Then at the end of the day, now whether is it that they will find other areas, give them enough to clear. But the battle between them and Arise, now we don't come out in favor of Kingo. The struggle when we don't between them of ownership or for take over the area. So now cabinet don't take a decision, and they say these are the best interests for the country. I think that's they put first. But before we reach to this stage, I think from the initial, the preparatory stage where Arise show interest, that for me don't make clear. It's as if they dupe companies then, which is very unfair. Because a lot of money go don't go, even to some of the government officials.
Of course.
We know the game where they play.
Of
So
course.
it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. I think we for they do things the right way. If you did not see this company not go get this thing what they ask for, there's no possibility for them for sign an agreement with them and hand over the rail to them from the beginning before they bring in the equipment they come. It's a lot of money. So for me, I think thank God the battle don't end because a media battle let me get.
You're right.
But they can now move ahead. Everybody will know the decision they take. And if they want for taking a decision against the government, they can go ahead and take
So
it.
look, this banner headlines now the Concord Times newspaper. BECE's love for country manifested in rail and port agreements. So anyway, what do they say no more? Because
I think the president himself will don't see all the struggle that they happen.
Okay.
And maybe let me get a proper idea of the whole situation. But because of this back and forth, so you don't go in depth into now that's a leader for.
So it must have been a very it must have been a very tough decision.
Exactly.
Very tough decision.
Very tough decision.
Given the magnitude of investment when you see down the pipeline from Arise, IIP, and the kind of media hype, and the kind profit margin, because the argument was that when Kinho was in control, as compared to where Arise go there in control, the profit margin when it comes to the country is so huge.
But that's now all speculation, because we're not sure whether it's going to be that way.
Okay. But the other thing is that the contracts for the control of the rail and ports, where they did to Kino, it was actually terminated by the government. So now by saying that it should go back to Kinho, then what informed the decision? So in other words, the public need more information. It's not just about saying that, cabinet has approved Kinho to be in control of this and that. How? We want to know how it happened. What were the factors that determined the outcome, or what are the factors that informed that decision, Diana? Or is that something we can just forget about? It's okay, cabinet has spoken, we will not care about how it happened.
Well, they don't consider the action. Maybe the termination was not the right thing for them to do at that time.
So why terminate?
But because of pressure, where a company they come in, they get all kind way how they try for invade, and they can do anything. They can put certain amount of money, can confuse people in a position.
Okay.
So that they don't make some man don't go crazy and they decide for go terminate the contract way they don't be supposed for terminate, because this show clarity they're not making no reason for terminating the contract.
But then because before they terminated the contract, they must have presented the case to the president. For the president self gets full information about her, and then it get in concurrence. A minister not just come by a good terminate contract without the approval, because most of them then come the agreement that they go through parliament. So that make even Arise the own contract, the own agreement, and we don't go through cabinets. Cabinets we don't give approval for the Arise they in control of the rail and ports. Right? But then it was left now to go to the House of Parliament. Forget the force of the law. So now that this thing don't happen now, I think it don't bring a lot of controversy. No wonder today I not see them pro newspaper they write anything about them because they're very disappointed. I guess.
Maybe.
Whereas the pro Arise.
They observe first the situation.
Oh, that's not it. No, this is the time to ask questions. How it happened?
So for me, it's not fine to be one-sided.
Okay, of course not.
Not fine to be one-sided. You have to investigate. Most of them just they write against him, saying that Arise can do better, can pay better. They won't be sure.
But now they have an opportunity to ask questions, Diana.
Well, they have to do it.
What informed the decision? All right, we'll go to another issue. Disaster at Greybush left 2 people dead. Very unfortunate situation. And Greybush is counted amongst the slum communities in the Freetown general area, but you have lots, and I'll put it, thousands and thousands of people living there. Mrs. F used for live in that area day, and they tell where they live in that area day. Another disaster take place where kill about 5 or 6 people there. I mean, whilst I was there, I mean, thank God. I mean, I've been left there about 3 years ago. May not be they expect say anything like this will happen again, but given the topography of the place, it is possible that the worst things could even happen. So we can always say sympathy, condolences to the bereaved families, and for let people to be more conscious about the fact, say, Grey Bush is a disaster-prone area, not to the entire Grey Bush, but certain places there where you get high pile of swell hanging over heads or hanging over houses and this and that. So it's a very delicate situation for people living in that kind of situation. So that will be it for the newspaper review. We will now go to other issues there. But one important thing was that mark for independent observer, Mercury International makes over 14 billion football betting payouts. Wow. Can you imagine that? 14 billion. Not a million, no. 14 billion football betting payouts. What does that tell you?
People are very interested in football, they play the game. You know, they have a lot of Sierra Leoneans there. They go play Mercury. They go, I think my way where they decide say maybe this team will win. You know, they discuss them, say this will get 3 against that, you know. So a lot of footballers in France, they also they to Mercury betting. Okay. You know, they go try their luck. I see. Because for me, I think now just luck.
You're right.
You know, or they get to see that they say focus. So man, he focus.
Yeah.
Because I don't they come here some people where they give numbers there to people.
Yes, sorry.
So you get for try this they go up today.
You're right. No, that's true.
I can find that interesting. I say, how you manage? No, this is a machine. Then numbers there they go. How you manage? Know the number where they go up.
No, that's like what you say, magic and luck.
Yeah.
Magic and luck they play. But for me, 14 billion
it's a huge
payouts. So imagine, say, the people who they forecast, I think they are not forecasting very right.
Exactly.
They still don't understand the Mercury machine, how the machine works and that. But the fact that Mercury can pay 14 billion payouts, they are the one that almost Mercury said will not profit out of this. And the one that almost then will not profit.
It's a two-way approach. Just a self-must don't profit.
No, obviously. All the losses, I know the losses for Mercury or the profit for the I don't know.
It's not possible.
You see? So we don't know how the Mercury team will work.
The amount of people who don't play, more than you know the entire country. It's not just
no, yeah. Oh my God! You will see people lining up, people that were even police from soldier uniform. They all go play Mercury. I'm gonna go play log. Some man they pack motor car, they go play. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I think they make their own very attractive for the customers. Because when they see this one, we all look at company.
Oh yes, okay. All right, so that will be it for the newspaper headlines. With analysis on the key issues they will capture. The program will continue. They listen to TDN Media Africa and Mina Theophilus Gbenda.
And Mina Diana Kuka.
All right, now we'll go straight to the headman election. The headman election, they take place tomorrow, the 28th of October. We have been talking about this because it is also one of the most important elections then. And most times, in the last election where they can hold, for close the year. And so, headman election, I think that the whole yearly or so, we will get that information. But it is very important election, and it will be devoid of national politics. So the campaigning we done yesterday, today na cool-off period, and tomorrow is the D-Day. And the concentration will be na the western rural districts, western area rural districts, when Waterloo now, take and then Godrich area, take the hill station area, because all fall under the western area rural district. Sometimes they really wonder how they go about for do the demarcation of the boundaries for the western area. Because look, western rural district come all the way to IMAT. It take all the way region. So I just imagine, how comes? So anyway, the long and short of it is that the elections will take place now 121 villages. Now them get headman, 121 villages. But following the nomination, which take place recently, 88 villages them now they file in candidates. Right? Where when they say file in candidates them, where now 2 or 3 people that they contest. But you get 33 villages there when just one person the contest or they stand for the position. They go unopposed. So therefore, instead of elections going on in across 121 villages, election will only take place now 88 villages then. And so 33 villages then they go there out of it. Yes. And so ECSL say they are very ready for this election. They don't put everything in place, including voting materials, including arrangement for the deployment of voting materials by today, because tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, all polling stations at the rural district for open for the election. And we hope for say we know we'll get a situation wherein polling materials will be delayed, because you have today to transfer all the materials, and they are within the western rural district. So they are just just a stone throw. So they don't do training for the polling agents, and they also do training for the candidates them, but they know exactly how the process they go, this and that, what is expected of the candidate, what is expected of ECSL, what is expected of the polling staff, what is expected of the electorate, and all the kind of things they do. And they open room for any question where person get for ask. So they organize 6 zonal workshops for both polling agents and candidates them. So at least they will know how the process to go, and then ask questions. And a number of questions came up. Among those questions, now certain areas them where they pull out of certain villages them, like a regent community, the crisis. They left out 2 communities them where fall under regents, and so they are very worried about that. One of the communities at the mountain, and the mountain area outside the mountain police station there you get one where they around Lincoln Wing. So they say all the communities they under regent, but this time around the ECS pull them completely. So they are not happy about that, but they are going to ask questions today, and to the ECS boss, and they hope to see by today that the concern will be addressed. Diana?
We hope that SSL will demonstrate the commitment towards the process, and let them make we believe so they get the capability for handle an election of this nature, not only major one like the national election. Let everything go smoothly. Let all materials arrive on time. Election start on time. Because when you not start election on time, it causes a lot of pressure on you staff the day, because people they go down gather a lot. The crowd. Although I don't believe it will be too much tense like national election, but they therefore make sure they do things right. Okay. Don't just do things right. For make sure a very peaceful and everything goes smoothly.
No yuki, no other hand game, just do it.
We don't want for see like during the June 16 election, when we see people they already don't mark people there.
I tell you. Okay, well that is it. So we say good luck to all the aspiring candidates. And when you are elected, make sure you carry along your opponent. It's man election, not family election. Yeah, because we all belong to the same community. So enemy, enough for the. We all pursue ourselves as people belonging to the same community. And if you not win today, you will win tomorrow. It should not be a do or die thing. So that is it. They will need to ask question whether the headman, in fact, they get salary. We'll find out what are the benefits, because one of the benefits that were associated to a month where make principally they go in for and they say you get access to land. I don't know how that they play, Diana.
I believe so to some extent. And I believe they say, I think that any land or they buy, they're there for signing.
Oh yes, the market for sign.
Yeah.
And they get your percentage.
They get your percentage, and you don't have the cost of land. Land don't very.
I think that 10%. 10% they go to the man. 10%.
Now we diamond.
Oh yeah, golden gem. Yeah.
Golden gem.
Yeah.
So I think there are some benefits. I don't know whether they get them.
No, of course, benefits must be. Benefits must be. Otherwise, you don't see the kind sense the way. So man go take loan all for campaign. So it's a very serious thing. All right, we'll go to another issue. A presidential appointee face public scrutiny over gift. Patrick Jaya Kaikai declared during the question time, because you know for say they can face force a parliamentary select committee on appointment. So during that time, they can do vetting as to your educational standing, your personal life, your readiness for the appointment, your suitability for the appointment, and other questions relating to who are you in terms of what you get and what you not get. So Jaya Kaikai was being questioned about asset declaration and everything, and then he said that 3 of the vehicles they were gifted to him by a friend, and these are very, very expensive vehicles. Very expensive vehicles. Say they came in as gift. So whilst he was chief immigration officer, he received these 3 vehicles, not to at a go, at different occasions, and these are very, very expensive vehicles, and they are coming from one source. So the question is, who is that person who is so good at giving gift to a particular individual? What for? Was it motivated by anything? So that's come up, and it began to create a lot of embarrassment for the really SFP side, because even the majority leader or the majority leader, when they also in charge of government business, Martin Numa, he not seemed very, very pleased with this kind of disclosure. Maybe he was not expecting the CIO or the former chief immigration officer to have disclosed this. But the man said it, and many people in the hall, they initially acclaimed him, say he was honest enough to have come up with those kind of things, that those vehicles were gifted, to him by a friend, but without giving the necessary details. So even this thing don't attract anti-corruption interest. Anti-corruption say they are going to look into the matter, and besides that, they don't even put out a statement, a press release to the effect. And let me just go to the press release right away. But the press release is trying to talk about this particular thing, and the press release was issued on the 26th of October. That's yesterday, and this thing happened just the day before yesterday, where where the Anti-Corruption Commission took a very, very serious. So they came up with this press release, like I said, dated on the 26th of October, and it is titled, Press Release, SCC reminds all public officers to develop and maintain a gift register. So anytime you get a gift, even if now 1,000 euros, write them down. Write them down, that's the register. Write them down, say this is kind of gift from who that. You write the time, you write the dates for the canteen there. So SCC say that they remind public officers for develop and maintain gift register. The Anti-Corruption Commission wishes to remind all ministries, departments, and agencies of government about the provisions of Section 51(4) of the Anti-Corruption Act 2008 as amended in 2019, which requires all public institutions to develop and maintain a gift registry. A gift register, which is a record of gifts valued at 5,000 new loans and above that are received by staff of the respective institutions. So in other words, all MDs therefore develop an asset register where they register all gifts where they above 5,000 new loans or whether they say 5 million euros. According to the extant provision, where a gift or personal benefits exceed 5 million olions in value, or where the total value received directly or indirectly from one source in any 12 months period exceeds 5 million euros, the public officer shall make a report of that fact to the relevant public body within such time and in such form as may be prescribed by the Commission. Subsequently, a public officer who receives such a gift is required to file with his annual declaration of assets and liabilities a statement indicating the nature of the gift or benefits, its source, and the circumstances under which it was given or accepted. Section 51(5) of the Act states that a public officer who fails to comply with the requirements in Section 4 commits an offense and shall be liable on conviction to a fine 3 times the value of the gift or benefit, or 50 million euros, whichever is greater, or to imprisonment for a term not less than 1 year. Let me stop there, Diana. Let us now go to the issue. Pastor Jaya Kaikai say he was gifted 3 vehicles by one person at different times, whilst in office as Chief Immigration Officer. And the Anti-Corruption Act already spells out clearly that such gifts should have been registered and even declared, but none of this happened. But regardless of all of this, Parliament went ahead and approved him. Hello? And now SEC is saying this, when the man is already in total violation.
I'm reflecting at the committee stage today where you don't face the committee on appointment, but it has been approved already.
Well, yes, the committee approved him to the next level.
But, okay, to the next level. Well, for me, I think the president will take a decision and will do an appointment immediately and let anti-corruption investigate this matter. It's a really serious matter, taking into consideration the office where he may hold as chief immigration officers. There's a lot of allegation of corruption really happening at the immigration department with the Sierra Leone passport in the hands of other foreign nationals. And as serious as that, 3 vehicles, just imagine the type of vehicle, me not even aware, but it must be say you don't do attention because of the type, the kind of vehicles there. Nobody that is SALONE will gift you vehicles just like that. 3 vehicles from one individual. What's in the interest of that individual on you? You know, if for say something more, let people understand whether they have a personal relationship or whatever.
Yeah.
But for somebody for just gives you 3 vehicles, what do they offer that individual?
Exactly.
You mostly offer something where go make you get the mind for gift you such gifts then. You know? So I think for me, President Biafra will do an appointment and make the anti-corruption investigator until they know exactly the reason why they gift there. So whether in order to do certain things in capacity as chief immigration officer during a term, which we passport them.
Okay. Because
definitely something don't happen, you know.
Okay. Well, in the first place, I want to correct say the name is actually Andrew Jaya Kaikai, not Patrick Jaya Kaikai. I make that mistake there. But let me go back to the anti-corruption, the press release. Right? That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th paragraph. It says, meanwhile, the Commission has instituted an investigation into allegation of receipt of gifts, of vehicles as gift. Let me go back to that again. Meanwhile, The commission, I'm talking about the Anti-Corruption Commission, has instituted an investigation into the allegation of receipt of vehicles as gift by the former Chief Immigration Officer Andrew Jaya Kaikai, and they said 3 vehicles are in the custody of the ACC pending investigation. So already the ACC don't take control of those 3 vehicles pending investigation, and so therefore we see where Andrew Jaya Kaikai come out na Parliament na patap Okada Isidom.
No, it's not
It's not patap Okada.
That makes any sense because the people will carry you go for take you back. And obviously,
maybe one of the gifted.
They never go. Well, it doesn't matter. They never go taking people from another Parliament.
Yeah, they're not going to stand for take. If the gift were not declared, then ACC will know how comes.
So all along, he occupy office and do asset declaration. So STC serve as a problem.
No, maybe he do asset declaration, but he not mention.
But when they go ask you now, na committee, you therefore open up.
Oh yeah,
so why you not declare your assets?
Yeah, he open up because I think it was already known that he actually received some gifts to them. I think that they get for interrogate in assets declaration and she said those things were not actually declared, and so he not be get away for balance, it be just get for accept. But now the ACC, the fact that ACC already gets the 3 vehicles in the custody, it means that this thing was already very much on the pipeline anyway. So what do you think?
Like I said before, before we do an appointment, and the ACC will investigate the matter.
Okay. All right. We got the order to Papa ACC, and Papa President. It starts there that the President for revoke the appointment. But the other thing is that other people are going to be afraid for declare gifts now in the carry they are, or they're going to be more conscious about handling gifts.
This is more than gifts.
Because it's not just about putting your gift; it's about showing from the source. Exactly. And the circumstances where they give you the gift. So some gifts are better they are better not declared. They are better not declared. But anyway,
again, the question would be how you acquire those gifts in office.
Very important, of course.
So you pull the resources, so you pull the money for buy all the 3 vehicles.
Exactly. All right, we'll go come back to this. I still find the picture outside the CIO boss. The famous CIO boss is still not up Okada because I think they take him to in their hand, this and that, in their hand. Anyway, we will go to that. Let us now go to the elected mayor, chairpersons, and councillors taking the oath of office for go back to them elected positions. So it happened the swearing-in ceremony or the oath taking take place on the 26th of October. That was yesterday. The 26th of October, it happened at the Ministry of Local Government, the hall, the UU building. Mayor-elect Aki Sawyer, they take the oath of office. We now make a mayor for the second time of the Freetown City Council, and he take the oath of office alongside the other APC elected councillors. So they go begin work officially on Monday, and according to Madam Aki Sawyer, she is getting to work with all the elected mayors because mind you, and during the last council, just one SAPP councillor day, but now you get 18 SAPP councillors there. So the mayor says she is ready to work with all of them, and that on Monday there's going to be the first meeting of the council. We say all the mayors, they don't inform them for the attendance. And according to the mayor, she is happy to be back, and that Indigo continue with the project the way it will start already. So now let me go now, let us see how the atmosphere was.
Oh yes, oh yes, in the struggles of APC, there is victory.
All right, okay. Well, that are the you see the faces, happy faces. You see Mayor Aki Sawyer with a deputy. What's this deputy himself again? Yeah, Kwekulis is the assistant and to the mayor, and so they all don't take the oath of office, and so on Monday we'll see the Freetown City Council back to life, I should say. Diana, your take, please.
Well, we all know that this is now part of the this bill, the talk, the dialogue, and one of the outcomes is for see them back actively into governance, you know. So I think the ceremony yesterday was really, I think it was a very nice ceremony. All smiles, you know, everybody happy, and the singing, and you know. After I'm taking those of office, there was another video where I see when the mayor go back to the council, and I see if they go to a different office, them, you know, everybody they warmly welcome them, you know. So it was really nice for Sahr back, you know, into office, and as he said, he ready for work with everybody. He gets a situation now where he gets 18 SALONE councillors them for work with. There's nothing she can do about that. Now that's not happening. You know, we are all Sierra Leoneans. Whatever happened has happened. Let bygones be bygones, and then we move forward. But make sure we do things them way will improve the city. You know, especially sanitation situation of the city. There's a lot they all need to come together and do at the different communities there. Because the councillors they represent communities, they get the communities, and they need to take development to those communities.
Okay.
And it can only happen when there is a very peaceful, very cordial working relationship with all of them.
Okay.
So, and to end, I just hope see one of the officers the mayor entered yesterday where he will go around the council building that the chief administrator. I hope that, I don't know the chief administrator, but I see will go inside the office. I hope that they have put aside their differences. And I hope two of them will work together, you know, for the good of Freetonians.
Let me, I feel very strongly say the chief administrator for be moved to another council because
in a situation that is not moved, then they have to work together.
Well, I agree. Really. You're right. I see your point really, but for me, I would recommend very strongly that the chief administrator is moved to another council, not to say power passing at the Freetown City Council, because the fact that here the mayor not be pulled for the first time. Not the second time they will get. Even when the man congratulates the mayor, the man said the mayor no answer and not responsible, which means they still get that bitterness amongst themselves. So for me,
so then I say I hope that one of the offices that the mayor entered yesterday will be the chief administrator office.
Okay, it's possible.
So,
all right.
So they will not put the differences aside.
But we hope so. Yeah. We hope so. We hope so. So I'll be talking about the former chief immigration officer, say where they come in Parliament. Napa Okada is Let's see the picture. Let's see the picture. You can see him on Okada. You see him on the Okada. They say, let me just read the literature on top of that. It says, newly appointed executive director for National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency, Chief Andgoja Kaikai on board Okada after ACC request for all his personal vehicles. Diana, that's for you to say something.
I think you get another vehicle. These 3 vehicles, he said, get some from a friend and give from a friend. And so I should say he gets other vehicle. He can afford it. He can able to buy vehicle on his own.
Yeah.
So I just wonder why he decided to go on Okada.
Exactly.
It was not right for the ACC to take the vehicles from Parliament from him.
He's
only there with 1 vehicle. So why is it? At that time, who called the ACC for collecting the vehicles?
Well,
these are questions that you will go, and because it was not a live broadcast, doing that question and answer session where they ask and the questions, it was not a live broadcast. So why do they need for embarrassment to that extent?
No, a big embarrassment.
It's a big embarrassment.
Yeah.
There are times to get from take care of the good things.
But
allow him to go and hand over his vehicles to the ACC.
No, but Diana, somebody else could say he ought to have known better. He knows the law. The Anti-Corruption Act is clear, and you're not a public officer. they receive gifts them, then you need to channel them through the process. So for me, it deserve them. For me, it deserve them, Diana. It deserve them.
So many of them are receiving gifts.
Well, those gifts are to be declared.
Yes.
What you say, you did at the ACC?
But they will not allow the man to go hand over the gift.
No, it is
why they go collect gifts? It's not a thing.
No, what I mean? No, like example. No, like it. No, example. Tifman, who said the whole, not today they go to, not today they capture you. No, I think the example.
Now gifts they give. You know, relate to.
Well, now the fact that it not declare, it don't become a criminal offense.
Nobody no go accuse them. No go accuse them say you thief me motorcade.
It don't become a criminal offense for which it will pay a fine 3 times the value of the vehicles, or it go to 1 year imprisonment. Yes, it's in the law. 3 years. So if the motorcar has 60,000 euro, right, and all the motorcar they go there about that range there, if that's 60,000 euro, then you're going to pay 3 times that amount for not declaring it. Why are people taking advantage, Diana? You see, I'm sure he's not alone. So it's the first case we are hearing. We hope for his more cases from the former Minister of Mines. They can get a gift, then the former Minister of Fisheries. They all can get a gift, then this and that. So we want to know. Go more probably let us know what is happening. Anyways, the program will continue. It's TDN Media Africa you are listening to. And of course, like I said earlier, I am Theophilus Gbenda. All right, the program will continue. Stay tuned and stay fixed. Okay, we'll go to another issue. Sierra Leone's ambassador to Senegal. Yes, a call in confidence. He said, therefore, emulates what happened at SALONE, where the APC, the opposition, and the ruling party, they get a dialogue, and that dialogue, they now, it don't bring peace in the country, this and that. So other countries, therefore, emulate that kind of example there, because it is good enough, you know, that only SALONE can set such a good example. So if other countries themselves emulate, say, the ambassador of Sierra Leone to Senegal, His Excellency Alhaji Ibrahima Elvis Kuruma, has used Sierra Leone's just concluded dialogue between the government and the opposition as a model to be emulated by states to achieve peace and national cohesion. Ambassador Kuruma was making his contribution on Thursday, 26 October 2023, during a briefing, followed by an exchange of the political and security situation in West Africa and the Sahel, held at the Hotel Torre B, Dakar, organized by the Special Representative of the United Nations Secretary General for West Africa and the Sahel, and head of UNOWAS. So, Dana, Sierra Leone's peace dialogue, to be emulated by other countries.
Well, it's good for having a peace dialogue in a situation where the opposition will not take a position or take active part, not take part in the governance at all. You know, so it's good for having dialogue. These are lessons we don't learn, you know. But as you just said earlier, what did you relate to the dialogue? I think the ambassador for not asking that question.
Yeah, I do right.
What in the other countries then get for emulate? Like Liberia, where we don't see how the election go through.
Yeah.
You know? There's nothing for emulate, because we not do the things the right way if we therefore go to a dialogue.
Exactly.
You know, we have to do things properly. We get for set example. You know.
So in other words, the misrepresentation, because I'm sure he did not tell them what will lead to the dialogue. He not tell them. You know what tell them that. You know tell them that. You know tell them say now controversy over the outcome of the election, we're in a beneficiary of, because he is there because Mother B is in power. I mean, you know. So obviously, what else do you expect from him? But for him to have said, therefore, other states therefore use this as a model, than a best practice. Best practice. After election, they go for going to a dialogue for saying, "Oh, yeah, we'll take it easy. It don't be. We'll take it easy." They will not go back to the parliament. I think some people there should be ashamed of themselves. To the extent that even he should be ashamed of himself.
International players, they're all not satisfied.
Exactly.
With the outcome of the election.
Exactly.
You know, not only the opposition. So you see, I think the ambassador.
What happened in Sierra Leone is a total disgrace. Because it's happening for the very first time. So it's not a good example to be emulated. It's a bad example for states to ignore for states not to want to go into. So, but he is presenting a very different picture, and it's unfortunate. I mean, at such an event, not fair. The dollar price, we see up and down over the last 3 days. Day before yesterday, it had been 2,425 leons. In other words, 2,425 leons, all leons. Then yesterday, it go down to 2,325 leons, or in other words, 2,325 leons. And today, it don't go back to 2,420 leons. So even yesterday, because it been reduced by 100 leons yesterday, a number of people that go exchange their dollars into leons, thinking that the thing will go down further. Now it don't go up back. So somehow we don't go change the money now that they get some. Say, we'll further wait first. What do you think?
For me, it depends what you want to do with your dollar. So whether you wait or you change them, they still say the amount they go increase or you can't do.
Okay.
Then for me, it don't make sense at all.
So now a very uncertain situation.
It's a very uncertain situation.
So people should hold on to their dollars, but you should not hold your dollar.
Exactly.
Because plenty of people now they change leons, they change leons into dollar. They will keep up. And that is hoarding. Right? So for me, it's a very serious concern. So
and still, we will not see any policies where the government will put for.
Exactly.
That will control,
Yes. So VP Julia Jallo will be the top of one event organized by the Institute of Governance Reform on why some people that lose faith in politicians. So according to Julia Jallo, who was there to deliver the keynote address, he said plenty of people they lost confidence in the judiciary. Sorry, look at me talking about judiciary. Plenty of people they lose confidence in appointed officers like presidents, this and that and that, because of the too much lie when they need fulfill, they need deliver on their promises. So it's a very serious concern when the vice president say politicians therefore they deliver on their promises, otherwise the electorate then will always lose faith in them. But what do you think about him being the number 2 man in a government where in the first term only delivered 35.5% of the campaign promises?
In the first place, I'm happy that he's conscious of the fact that politicians are very deceitful. And I don't know if you believe it, talk and he say they lie.
No, he said that now due to unfulfilled promises. Because if you don't promise, you don't fulfill and a lie.
This is not the thing what they say. Not promise what you say.
It took him.
You don't go able for do. When you want the votes of people, you go around the country and with lofty promises.
Exactly.
And say you can't fulfill those promises.
Yeah.
And of course, any human being, the next day you could go to campaign to or get anything you try to get from her, they're not gonna be happy with you. They go show until you say he's not happy with you because you may not come before 4-5 years back and make a promise that you not fulfilled. So politicians they do when you want to go get votes. Talk to the way you achievable.
Very important.
We achievable. When you go able for do.
Okay.
You not for tell people they say they agree and they will.
That's true. That's true.
They
lie too much.
They lie too much. They lie too.
That's true. That's true. They lie too much. I look recently, President Biogogi talked an interview with Al Jazeera. When they asked about the shooting at APC, he said there was nothing like shooting at the APC. He said there was no shooting there. Can you imagine?
But somebody lost her life.
Oh yes. And we see all the bullets marked at the windows, this and that. We see where someone camera they don't have gone, this and that. And the president said there was no shooting there. I mean, that could be a good example of a good lie. All right, so don't forget, the event tomorrow, Media Adventurers. Dana, I'm going to be there. I don't know for you. I'll be there.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, not sure. You are knowing only now, so you're not program yourself. Me say not today I know actually, but I'm gonna get hints about them. But not today I get the details. So you want for camp tomorrow 7 o'clock in the morning. We will begin get a day by 6 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock sharp with the left. Because on a hill we go for good claim. So you know we take some commode and we will go na Mount Sugarloaf. I will be there. I want you to be there. Mount Sugarloaf. And then a Regent area that I make the meeting point now Gbenda Junction. If you know what somebody Gbenda Junction, say just ask for Gbenda Junction. Now Regent, they will show you the. They will all together 7 o'clock sharp with the left. There will be tour guides who will be responsible for take people them across the area. I mean, you know, and food and refreshment will be served. Security go there because you know na forest area, you know nothing to go up in there. Animals go do this and that, so you get to forget armed military personnel they will provide security. Then in terms of any emergency, there will be trained first aiders for take care of any emergency situation that will take place. So you have no worries, you have no fear, just go there and be part of it. I will be there, the president of SLAD will be there, other people will be there, and so I would have encouraged Diana to be there.
I'll think of that.
Inherit it.
I'll think.
And the dress code, you have to be Scottish.
Okay.
Not necessarily to go wear coat and tie. Now you have to be Scottish because the hill you go claim, you can forget a good sneaker or good crepe, you can forget light wearings. You can go to full wearing, put on down where you can dress up back. But for climb up the hill, everybody is advised for go with your special outfits. So it will be, there will be a lot of activities and networking. So it will be a good place to be. And I will say bravo to the organizers and I wish them well. I hope so the thing will come out fine. All right, the last issue we will take now the one we're going to do with the government concentration on boosting nutrition in the country. SALONE gets one of the high malnutrition rates in the world. And so therefore, you see plenty people that they grow up with big belly, kwashiorkor, they get the head big, they see where it gets high deficiency in the kind of nutrients within in system, this and that, and it can lead to early death, it can lead to stunted growth, it can lead to weak brain, it can lead to other things that were not good for the Peking and the country as a whole. So therefore, this, according to the Vice President Judah Jallo, he said this initiative started on a visit to Pujol, where he decided to say, let's go visit one hospital. He said, where he go there, he asked, he said, hey, come on another there. I said, hey, they don't go find food. So he take us no, but the hospital for provide food for them pregnant women and they this and that. So he take us say, when he come back, he will come make a case. He come develop, a proposal to the Ministry of Finance. So they put a package together where they don't able to forget about $90,000 worth of nutritious food items where they don't go deliver to the Ministry of Health for onward supplies to hospitals across the country. And of course, for next year, 2024, there will be a special budget of about $600,000 for just go towards boosting the nutritious support to hospitals and all of that. So for me, Dana, this is a great move. You?
Definitely, and we want to commend the Vice President. What they promise, make sure you fulfill the promise.
Exactly.
So this is now one way you don't manifest it, you make a commitment that you will make sure that things they are available, So for me, it's about sustainability.
Okay.
Let it be sustainable, and let we'll make sure the beneficiaries they reach them.
Okay.
They get up. Because we know it's can happen. Some of the things they are saying, they just impact them on before they don't reach the final destination.
Exactly.
So monitoring there has to be a system for monitor and make sure all the one will benefit from them. they benefit.
So they are this. In other words, they say not to tell minister for go check that begin share among staff them. This and that. No, this if we go to the targeted beneficiaries, they should go to the hospitals, and when they go to the hospitals, let the hospital management self, they don't go take advantage of those items, begin to sell them to pull them. They should be given free of charge because it is coming from the government, and it's a good move because, like I said earlier, most times such interventions can only come from donors. So it's a very serious matter. So the BECE result, like we don't say, in the commodity today, as announced by the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Conrad Saki. He said today, 27th of October, when on Friday, the result will come out, now about 130,857 picking the 6th to the August 2023 Basic Education Certificate Examination across the country. Out of this 130,857, 63,750 na man them, when 48.72%, and then 67,107 na woman them, when 51,028. Sorry, when 51.28%. So now that the breakdown of the results that we expect today, we don't expect any seizure, like what we see with the WASC result. So we hope for say the result then will come out well. But then what are you expecting from the BECE results?
For me, they expect and they hope that all the pupils that will take the BECE, they will able to move to senior secondary school. We don't get any failure. You know,
okay.
If you don't do 1, 2, 3 years at junior secondary school, it's just the same thing where you different subjects the way you take, where going to take you back, the way you take you end of the final exam for go to your next form.
Okay.
So I hope that we know what they say, begin they not able to go to the school of their choice, because they must have like the term where you do GC, where you don't move from 1 to from 5. Now from GSS 1 to GSS 3, some man where may sit, if you don't get the school where you may sit for go from 1, and the way for I go better, go put him back for that school.
Okay.
And we hope that they all go able to get admission at the school day. Okay. You know, because it's a really difficult situation when people not able to get the school where you choose.
Okay. But it's most of the time in a space, then the kind of grade back where you get, because most time, if the grade where you get, so certain schools, then the ministry, they set their own benchmark, then the schools that say they set their own benchmark. So most time, if you own benchmark, they below the school you own, even if you deal within the ministry you own, then you know will get admission at certain schools then.
This is not the biggest challenge at SALONE, because in other countries then, where they say this not the mark, the only thing where go make the people not go to school, or the school in capacity, you know.
Okay, you
and they get a system where the government they take responsibility for, make sure they first school for all the people. So more than another day, now the Cobra in for first school, because that process is another day they go spend more money. Anyway, you go talk to, you know, how it's so amount.
Oh yes.
You know. So what we Minister of Education just left all things by the parents and the guardians there.
Yeah.
You know, they forbid.
They left the schools there for do what they want for do. Exactly, that is bad.
Honest too.
They should be under control. You see?
They allow anybody for build school now. They're not bad for build school, but the environment safe where some school they know.
Okay.
You go there's post sanitation, you know, it's so nobody don't care at the Ministry of Education.
Okay. So but then what do you think about the fact say in nearly all the public examinations you get more girls than boys. For instance, for this one, out of 130,857, you get 67,107 when a girl picking them, and we're down there now 51.28%.
You know me, I don't like to talk about boys and girls, because I believe in both man and woman. You know, meaning to that 100%. I want to see that both man and woman, you know, they develop develop themselves equally,
Okay.
they get the same opportunity, you know. But it just shows say that more girls picking them they go school now.
All right. That's
That
good.
is exactly what they show.
It's good.
That they don't take most of the picking the girl picking them because once they tell them they say but girl picking are streets, then they go school.
Mhm.
But don't say they don't take advantage now and because they say don't realize you need to say you girl picking go school. Because you can be the first thing and just say girl picking and go sell and market, you know. For as a rich you go for Mangi and Nile, but that has changed completely. So more guys are going to school, it's a good thing, you know. Let you begin get small education.
Okay.
Let everyone read and write. Let not be a novice completely. So it's a good thing and we hope that will continue.
All right. So don't forget say this is not TDN Africa Media. You please subscribe, like and share with you the broadcast. And always be part of it. You're gonna with Facebook page or you're gonna YouTube. Just type TDN Africa Media. You will see us live and direct. So till then, I am Theophilus Gbenda.
And Coach, thank you for your time and make sure you join me again on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend and thank you also to the studio engineer Tijani Matai and the entire TDN team.
Oh,